It was great, but I also know that this is a new year. Just like with my wrestling career, even in high school, winning my state title as a freshman. When I went into my sophomore year, I knew that the target was on my back, and I had to keep elevating my game. And I was lucky enough to have 4 state titles in high school because of that. And it's just that you got to have that click in your head that last year doesn't matter. Same thing with pro football, basketball, whatever it is. Just because you were the champs from the year before doesn't mean you're going to be the champ this year. You got to put in that work. You got to know that people are coming after you even harder just because you were the champ. People are trying to knock you off. So it was good to be the champ in 2018, but it's a whole different focus this year. We got different guys at the weight class. We have some of the same, but a different guys coming in. The 8-man postseason could be completely different this year, so you can't look at it as the same as last year. A lot has changed. So
where did that $1 million go?
A lot of it is in some funds, some accounts. The only thing I really did, I bought a watch and bought a car for myself, but I didn't put any money into the car at all. So I was just really smart about what I did as far as actually spending the liquid. So most of it's still with me, which is, we don't get retirement in this sport. So got to kind of be smart about it, even though you want to splurge and do something nice, and obviously I deserved it because I put myself on the line every fight throughout last year and came out on top. So it was one of those things where the wife was okay with it. I refinanced our house, I had to do some smart things with it, and then I was able to splurge a little bit, so, but nothing crazy. Like I didn't go out and do anything wild. The car that I bought, I wanted to get. I originally wanted a Lamborghini, but the wife shut me down on that. So maybe after this year, because then she won't really have anything to say about it.
We're in year 2 of PFL now. This point system is obviously very unique to the sport. And how do you think it played out last year with guys' strategies coming into these early fights? You got bonus points in both of your regular season fights. Was it part of your strategy, and will it continue to be, or not continue to be this year, or do you just go out and fight?
Yeah, definitely. I always go into my fights looking for a finish, and the finishes didn't accumulate in the postseason, but the guys that I fought also in the postseason were tough guys, and there were guys like Andre Harrison. He's a tough opponent. He was undefeated. We already had a fight before that in 2017. So going into that fight, I knew it was going to be tough to get a finish. Getting the win is what each of us wanted. So, and then Seiler's a guy who's dangerous all over the place. He's dangerous in every fight, like we saw in the early fights where he got hurt and then got finishes. So you can't just go in there recklessly and try and get a finish, even though that's what you want. But the first 2 fights of the season last year, that was my goal: try and get bonus points, set yourself up for the bracket system, but also, we could argue that we had the tougher side of the bracket last year. So it doesn't always really matter where you're at on the bracket. You still got to beat the guys to get to the final.
You said you had a target on your back and always working on things. Anything you add to your camp or add to training?
This season I started working with Frankie Edgar, Marlon Marias, and Eddie Alvarez, and Coach Mark Henry. So that was one of the main things, just to add to my game and switch it up a little bit. And it's been great. And I'm glad that they invited me to be part of their team, and so that was the main thing that I made a change of.
What are your thoughts on the featherweight roster this year compared to last season?
It's great. Everybody's tough. Just like last year, I felt that there wasn't really any weak points in it. It was just that some guys were more well known than other guys, and some guys performed better than other guys. But I feel like this year we bring back 4 of the top guys from last year, plus we have a lot of tough guys from other organizations who've come in. So 45 and 55 are always going to be, in my opinion, the most competitive weight classes in MMA, just because of the size of the average human being and where athletes sit on that, in those weight classes. But I think it's very competitive, and that's what's fun about it. So when you're the best of that division, you're truly the best, because you know that everybody in here is looking to go out and get it done.
How do you expect things to play out tomorrow?
I'm looking to get a finish. I never really try to create a fight in my head, because then if it doesn't go that way, a lot of guys are like, they have no adaptation abilities, you know. I like to let the fight play out, get to where we need to be. If something isn't working in the fight, we can switch it up throughout the fight as it goes on. But I'm looking to get a finish, whether it's striking or on the ground. I mean, people can say whatever they want when it comes to, you know, going into the fight, and they can talk crap or they can say whatever on a video. But when you're face to face and you have to fight the guy, then, you know, we'll see what happens.